I woke up to the sound of footsteps in my hallway, not the faint creak of an old house. These were slow, heavy steps, dragging slightly, like someone was limping. For a moment, I told myself I was dreaming, but then the sound stopped right outside my bedroom door. I froze under the blanket, barely breathing. The silence was worse than the noise. The air felt heavy, pressing against my chest. Then, the doorknob turned. The metal clicked softly as the door opened just a few inches. I could see the shadow of someone standing there in the dark. They didn't move. They didn't speak. They just stood and watched. My phone was on the nightstand, but reaching for it felt too loud. My hand trembled as I slowly reached for it anyway. And then, just as slowly, the door closed again. The footsteps started up once more, softer now, moving toward the back of the house. I stayed frozen for what felt like forever before I finally worked up the courage to move. I grabbed my phone, turned on the flashlight, and opened the door. The hallway was empty. I followed where I thought the sound had gone. My house isn't big, just 2 bedrooms, a living room, and a kitchen. But in that moment, it felt endless. The closer I got to the kitchen, the colder it felt. My bare feet were numb against the floor. Then I saw it. A wet, black handprint smeared across the wall. The fingers dragged downward as if someone had been sliding their hand along the paint. I froze. One handprint became 2, then 3, a trail of them leading toward the back door. I forced myself to check the door. It was still locked, but the last print was pressed right on the glass, from the inside, as though someone had been standing there, looking out. And then I heard it, breathing, deep, slow, and right behind me. I spun around, my flashlight shaking in my hand, but the kitchen was empty. The breathing stopped. Then my flashlight flickered and went out. I could still hear it, closer now, like whoever it was standing just inches from my face. I ran. I don't remember unlocking the front door. I just remember bursting out onto the street barefoot, screaming until my neighbors came outside. The police searched the house. Every room, every lock, every window, nothing, no footprints, no handprints, no sign anyone had ever been inside. But I know what I saw. I didn't sleep there for weeks. When I finally did, I pushed my bed against the door and kept every light on. Still, one night I woke to the sound of the doorknob turning.